Vande Devam Umapatim Suragurum Vande Jagat Karanam Vande Pannagabhushanam Mrigadharam Vande Pashunam Patim Vande Surya Shashanka Vanhinayanam Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhaktajanashrayam cha Varadam Vande Shivam Shankaram Vande Bhaktajanashrayam cha Varadam Vande Shivam Shankaram. We shall chant verses 1 through 4, Uma Mahesvara Stotram. Namah Shivabhyam Navayauvanabhyam Parasparashlishtavapurdharabhyam Nagendra Kanya Vrishaketanabhyam Namo Namah Shankara Parvatibhyam Namah Shivabhyam Sarasotsavabhyam Namaskritabhishtavarapradabhyam Narayane Narchitapadukabhyam Namo Namah Shri Shankara Parvatibhyam Namah Shivabhyam Vrishavakhanabhyam Virinchi Vishnindra Supujitabhyam Vibhuti Patira Vilepanabhyam Namo Namah Shankara Parvatibhyam Namah Shivabhyam Jagadishwarabhyam Jagatpatibhyam Jaya Vigrahabhyam Jambhari Mukhyayra Vivanditabhyam Namo Namah Shankara Parvatibhyam. We have seen up to here the first salutation in the beginning of the verse and the last salutation at the end of the verse tend to repeat themselves. And so that's the style of this prayer, simple, lucid, without too many descriptions, but it flows in a very poetic, beautiful way, invoking in us the devotee for doing salutations. And so continuing, in the fifth verse we began to see. Let us chant the verse again and we will look into the meaning. Namah Shivabhyam Paramaushadhabhyam Panchakshari Panjararanjitabhyam Namah Shivabhyam Paramaushadhabhyam Panchakshari Panjararanjitabhyam Prapancha Srishti Sthiti Samhritabhyam Namo Namah Shankara Parvatibhyam Prapancha Srishti Sthiti Samhritabhyam Namo Namah Shankara Parvatibhyam. And so here, continuing, Namah Shivabhyam. My salutations to Lord Shiva and Goddess Shiva. And who are they? They are the Aushadaha. They are the medicine for this illness. Where is the illness? Illness is not in the animal kingdom. Illness is not in the plant kingdom. Illness is not with the ocean world, with the amphibians and and oceanic animals and so on. Illness is not in the planets. Illness is nowhere else. The whole universe operates on the programming of the divine, where he has chosen, it is his will that operates in this world. Then what's the problem? Where is the illness? The illness is where he, in his programming, he gave a choice to a life form, a choice that was the privilege he gave, a gift he gave, with a great intelligence, with a great buddhi, the mind that can look at, that can understand, that can abstract, that can draw knowledge from the world to know how the world operates and to align with that world. That is the only one living form he gave that privilege of choice. Not only he gave the privilege to choose, he also made this life form self-aware. A certain awareness of the self he gave this life form that he did not give any other life form. All life forms are aware of the self, but that awareness has a frame, and the framework is only that much awareness of the self, as much as is required for food, for shelter, for propagation of the species. Only that much. So when the dog knows I am a dog, I am not a cat. Like this, they are self-aware of their species, but it is very limited awareness. Whereas this unique life form was given a heightened self-awareness, not to live a rudimentary life of food and shelter and propagation, but an awareness that will help him, facilitate him to discover his essential self. And he was given a choice to choose, a great range for knowing the true self, and a choosing through activities, through actions. These two features given only to the human being. But from time immemorial, we are suffering from this disease. Only the humankind is suffering. And what is the disease? It is called the disease of samsara. The disease of samsara, of affliction, of sorrow. And this illness, this disease, who is the solution? What is the solution? The solution is the Lord and the Goddess. A refuge in the Lord and the Goddess. Your doctor for this illness, who can give you the right medicine, is only when you go to the doctor. And so going to Lord Shiva and Parvati is seeking the solution. What is that solution? That is, what is that medicine that the cosmic being has that I require? And he says, Panchakshari. Panchakshari. So, Panchakshari Panjara Ranjitabhyam. So, Pancha Aksharanam Samuhaha Panchaksharaha. Panchakshara means the 5-syllable mantra is the answer for this samsara. Doing japa of that 5-syllable mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, my salutations, my surrender to the Lord, this repetition, repeated recitation is called japa. Japa. In the English language, we say telling the beads or japa, mantra recitation. How does this mantra recitation help? He says, Panjara Ranjitabhyam. And so this is a mantra that is capable of invoking the blessings of Lord Shiva and Parvati. And so you can say you can invoke the blessings through this mantra, chanting this mantra, or you can hold them. You can hold Shiva and Parvati hostage. You can cage them. That's why he uses this word panjara. So you can hold them. You can hold the divine through the recitation of this mantra and release yourself from samsara. In this tradition, they talk about two types of creation. One creation is called Ishvara Srishti. Srishti means creation. Ishvara Srishti means creation of the divine. Creation which has come about by divine will. Creation that shows phenomenal intelligence, knowledge, law, order. That creation is called Ishvara Srishti, the creation of the divine. The second creation is called Jiva Srishti. Jiva Srishti means the creation of the humankind. By doing what? By making choices. By making choices, I bring about my own creation, my own little creation. And how I choose, that's a different story, but I also create. In the divine creation, I am a small creator. I keep creating my world. And so he says here, the blessing, the problem is what? The problem is not with Ishvara's creation. Ishvara Srishti has no problem. It is monitored, it is handled by the very divine hands. What has a problem then? Jiva Srishti. Jiva Srishti means the creation of the Jiva, the individual. We are the ones who create, putting industrial waste into the rivers, dumping chemical waste in the ocean, polluting the air, killing, destroying thousands of trees, and thus raising to ground, killing the flora and fauna of the planet, killing so many birds and animals of the forest. Well, I can go on and on. This is all our creation, not God's creation, it is our creation. And therefore, where is the illness? Not in the divine world, not in the natural world, there is no illness. Illness is in our perception of the world and what we contribute through our activities. And therefore, if I need to cut that out, if I need to remove this illness of doing wrong to the world, then what should I do? Well, he says, chant Panchakshari. What is this chanting of Om Namah Shivaya going to help? How is it going to help? It is an amazing chant, amazing recitation. It enjoys the power of Panchakshari chanting means invoking Lord Shiva and Parvati, number one. And number two, the very japa brings about a self-awareness. Jakaro janma vichchedaha pakaro papanashanaha. Janma karma haro yasmad tasmad japa iti smritaha. And so japa is that jakara. Jakara is that which snaps. It snaps the tie up with birth. Janma vichchedaha. It cuts the bondage of birth. And pakara is what? Papanashanaha. It eliminates so many impurities. What is an impurity? Why do you need japa to remove impurity? You can take a bath, no? You can take a shower. Well, if the impurity is physical, sure, you can take a shower. But what if the impurity is mental? Then where do you go? Which shower is going to help? It's about regulating, fine-tuning, confining this space in a sacred space. And therefore, janma karma haro yasmat tasmad japa iti smritaha. What does japa do? Japa is recitation, chanting of a mantra. When you start doing japa, you realize how much the mind is scattered, how much the mind is distracted. You want to chant 5 minutes, even 30 seconds is difficult because it is about repeating a mantra. And when I repeat a mantra, I get tired, I get bored, I get monotonous. And what is the result? I don't understand. For one who has done japa for years together, he understands the power of japa because japa teaches you how to restrain your mind. There are big lessons in doing japa. You learn how to restrain the mind. And whenever the mind takes off in distraction, again you bring it back, again you bring it back. And so you become a lot more self-aware. A lot more self-awareness is there in this technique called japa. So heighten self-awareness because you will begin to watch, observe your thoughts more closely. Not only that, being a name of the Lord, it is a prayer. It is called a prayer. That's why we don't use just any mantra. People use any word. Gagabugang. What is that? Is that a mantra? My guru used to create these words. Loda Lodan. Gagabugan. What does it mean to you? So the mind, only when it understands the meaning, it will surrender to that word. It will relax into that word. And therefore, Om Namah Shivaya, when you chant, you know what it means and the mind gets hooked on to the chant. And repetition breaks the jumping nature of the mind. Mind is like a monkey, cannot sit quiet. If you see a quietly sitting monkey, you should know definitely there is trouble. Either he has had a bottle of brandy or something or wine or he has been drugged in some way. Monkeys don't sit quiet. Mind does not sit quiet. It jumps thoughts and it's not in your hands. But when you regularly do japa, you become a lot more self-aware of your mind, of your thoughts, and it helps me. If it is a prayer, the meaning is there, my mind does get hooked onto the meaning, and so it becomes a prarthana, a prayer to the Lord. Not only that, the gap between two chants, the space between two chants is a space between two thoughts. And the space between two thoughts is what? Is the thoughtlessness. In that thoughtlessness is who? I am. I sit as an effulgent being in that thoughtless state between two japa. And therefore, japa is something that helps you take away the illness, the wrong, the disturbing thought system driven by greed and whatnot. It helps you snap that, and you begin to live a self-awareful, committed, conscientious life. And therefore, Panchakshari Panjara Ranjita Abhyam, and then he says, it is this divine being who is Prapancha Srishti Sthiti Samhrita Abhyam. It is this divine being, Lord Shiva and Goddess Shiva, who are the creator, the sustainer, and the being that causes dissolution. All the three is done by whom? By this form of Shiva and Parvati. So we must understand, in what is said here, the same thing becomes only Shiva. In Shaiva tradition, all these verses will be attributed to only Shiva. In Vaishnava tradition, it will be attributed to only Mahavishnu. In Shakta tradition, only Shakti, the mother goddess, will be able to create, sustain and destroy. And here what? Here he is both, divinity is both Shiva and Shakti. And therefore, it depends on which aspect you want to highlight, then the truth is taken and brought into that aspect. And so he says, Prapancha Srishti Sthiti Samhrita Abhyam Namo Namah Shankara Parvati Bhyam. The next verse, Namah Shiva Bhyam Ati Sundara Bhyam Namah Shiva Bhyam Ati Sundara Bhyam Atyantamasakta Hridam Bhujabhyam Atyantamasakta Hridam Bhujabhyam Asheshalokaikahitankarabyam Asheshalokaikahitankarabyam Namo Namah Shankara Parvatibhyam Namo Namah Shankara Parvatibhyam. And so here he says, Namah Shivabhyam, the Lord, my salutations to the Lord and the Goddess Shiva. How are they? Ati Sundarabhyam. They are extremely beautiful. They are unique. They are extremely beautiful. Atyantam asakta hridambujabhyam. Ashesha lokaika hitankarabhyam. So he says that he is one who is hridambuja, hrideva ambujam, bhaktanam. So for the devotees, the heart is what? Is like a lotus flower, a lotus-like heart. Atyantam asaktam yayoho. So in this lotus-like heart of the devotee, Lord Shiva is greatly attached to it. Lord Shiva loves the hearts of the devotees. Why does he love the heart of the devotee? Why would he not love the heart of the devotee? Because the devotee is one who lives a life of dharma. of devotion, of truth, of simplicity, of hard work. And that heart of the devotee, which is dharmic, remember, a dharmic heart is always a gullible heart. It's always a sensitive heart. Why? Because of that sensitivity to the unseen alone, you are dharmic in nature. And as a sensitive being, committed to dharma, you cannot violate dharma, and therefore you are unlike other people who violate dharma because of their insensitivity. And so what? Well, so what happens is, your heart, which is dharmic, needs protection. Dharma needs protection. And Lord Shiva, Atyantamasakta, he is ever engaged in what? In the heart of the devotees. Lord Shiva is ever protective of the heart of the devotees. Atyantamasakta hridambujabhyam. And therefore, with great love for his devotees, he protects them and takes care of them. Not only his devotees, ashesha lokaika hitankarabhyam. And he is one who is hitankara, who cares for the good of the world. And so he has nothing else. Ashesha lokaika. He has no other desire except to fulfill the desire of the entire world. Lord Shiva is one who fulfills the desires of the entire world. He is so much drawn to his devotees. He is so much looking after his devotees and fulfilling their desires, their karmic path, and that is who Lord Shiva is. And not only that, ashesha lokaika hitankarabhyam. And so ekahitam means moksha, the ultimate goal. Ashesha lokaika hitankarau, one who fulfills the desire of the entire world. And what is the desire of the entire world? The desire is moksha, ekahitam. Moksha or liberation or self-awakening or nirvana, whatever you want to call it. Lord Shiva, he cares not for people to enter materialism because he feels that is waste of time. And therefore he supports detachment, he supports withdrawal, he supports nurturing the higher qualities of love, etc. And so he is somebody, ashesha lokaika hitankarabhyam. He is one who, ashesha lokaika, he is one who takes care. He has no other wish except to what? Protect the dharma of the world. Hence, whenever dharma declines, he comes as an incarnation to protect and look after the creation. And so here, therefore, Namo Namah Shankara Parvatibhyam. More on Monday, verse 7, we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.